Yeah, so I'm actually leading a team of esteemed, very senior industry practitioners on the VIP panel. Our role is to ensure that we provide the bridge between NAPE and the industry and country leadership in terms of access, and where there is a struggle in terms of getting support from the very senior, either within government or C-level or within the society. So that's the role of my committee. I'm privileged to chair that committee of very senior and eminent industry professionals. So I've always been part of NAPE. I've always participated in every NAPE committee, even when I was offshore. When I was offshore, for the many years I was offshore, I was either chairing or supporting or participating in every NAPE committee. So what are my expectations for this year? Mm-hmm. This year is a crossroad, like we all know. Election year provides its comes its own unique challenges and opportunities.
Right.
We are sailing through a period where there's a lot happening in the industry. Our big national health company is transforming and transiting into a commercial entity. At the same time, we now have the realization of a yearning the industry have had for years to have a petroleum commission. We now have a petroleum commission, NUPRC, that is now well seated, and through its action the last couple of months, it's beginning to restore some confidence back into the sector. So you have an NUPRC that is thriving. You have NNPC transitioning into new terrains, whereby they will now compete. And so you have the industry as well evolving. You have a lot of divestment. You have the IOCs repositioning themselves. Mm-hmm. You have more independence emerging. I think Nigeria remains, in my own opinion, the fastest growing crop of independence amongst our committee of oil producers. So it's a very, very unique and exciting period for NAPE to once again play the role it has been deeply noted for. The role of shaping, game-changing, piloting, and drilling, advising, and guiding, and helping to define how we operate in this industry. So that's what I expect of NAPE. So there are lots of opportunities we can tap into. But over and above that, I mean, you are aware that recently several companies emerged in the marginal field exercise. You have divestment that I said that are coming up. So you have new companies coming in on scene, new members coming on scene. They need to come and play in this field. And then we are the ones that have ideas that find oil and gas. So we have opportunity to help nurture them on how to locate these ideas, help them mirror these ideas, help them model these ideas, grow these ideas into fruition to germinate into the proper oil and gas. So the conference affords us the opportunity to actually play that role in the various discussions, in moving the conversation, and I'm expecting it to attract all the sector people I've talked about. I expect NNPC, NUPRC, new independent players, the regular OPTS and service companies, veteran members to all come in, and it gives us opportunity as well to reaffirm our distinct leadership position in Nigeria for starters as the premier oil and gas professional association. It is not by accident that our conference is usually the ones that closes the year. It's like saving the best for the last. So it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to equally stamp that leadership position that NAPE has established over the years. And if you notice, for most of the things we do, we set the pace. And we have other sister organizations always come to NAPE to tap from us. How do we do it? I personally have had conversation with almost every other association in this country. And the question has been, NAPE, how do you do it? How have you done it? Tell us how you do it. So I just want to see more of that, sustaining that, building on that, enhancing that, and ensuring that we remain the go-to association and help to see how we can embellish those ideas that find us. More so, especially now that the frontier basins are going to be opened up. You have a war chest of about 30% of the profit of NNPC that has been set aside to help exploit and unlock the potential hydrocarbon reserves in those places. And who are best placed? Tell me the people that are best placed to help realize that opportunity. Yes. You notice I try to avoid the lingering conversation around energy transition, because I think I've always said that it's nothing but about energy security and political interest. So that is where I expect NAPE to come in, and I'm expecting that we can use that opportunity to talk about issues around decaying infrastructures, which may impact our ability to translate the success of the ideas that we've generated to bring this oil from underneath to the surface.
Yeah, so far we're trying to do something slightly different this year. I mean, I've been coordinating the President's Night for a few years now, and I have been a member of the President's Night Committee since inception, essentially, as a member until a few years ago when I started coordinating the efforts to make sure that we have a good and successful President's Night. So this year, we want to take it down. Oftentimes President Night is seen as that black tie event, formal event. But this year we want to make it a little bit more casual, more fun, more entertaining. And so we want to take people back to the 60s and 70s theme, the old school theme per se, so we're looking at giving ourselves, and the fellows and the older members of the society, to remember the good days, the old days. And so where they can come with 60s dressing, if they have a wig, come with a wig, come with anything that represents the 60s, 70s theme, So that's what we're looking at. And then also come with their voices to have like a karaoke music, they can sing to what they like and dance to it. So it's going to be a casual event. It's going to be a relaxing event, but it remains purely by invitation. It's not open to everyone. It's because it's a President's Night. It's a president's prerogative how that night should be. And it's not like an event that is open for everyone, but usually it's also an opportunity for the president to recognize companies that have supported this year's conference, an opportunity also to recognize NAPE fellows who have been active over the years and in various committees still serving, because what you find is that sometimes when the NAPE fellows are fellows, some of them don't necessarily continue to support the organization. So we want to appreciate those who still make the extra effort to be a part of the organization day in, day out. You're calling them and they're always there and they're ready to support NAPE, because those are the people that keep the association alive. So we want to be able to appreciate their effort. And then again, of course, which is standard, what we've been doing every President's Night is to recognize those who have met significant milestones, by being members of NAPE. So those who have met 25 years, 30 years, 35, 40, 45, and now the emeritus members as well. We recognize them because now, being emeritus means that you have been a member of NAPE for at least 35 years, and then you have your 70 years plus, and that's something that is significant that we need to appreciate. And of course, some of these emeritus members, if not all of them, are still very active. So the President's Night is that opportunity to say thank you for being with NAPE, standing with NAPE, supporting NAPE all these years, and supporting this tenure for this year's annual conference.